How did they get the guy at the 7-Eleven or the Circle Jerk 5 or what is it called, the Circle K or whatever? How did they get all those people to sign on? Because society is basically an initiation process, a test on whether you're going to give in, or you're going to choose God, or you're going to choose Satan. And they say, well, we choose society. We choose reason. We choose logic. There's nothing logical about their society. There's nothing logical about this world at all. Basically, man can do whatever he thinks of doing. I mean, he should have been much farther along technologically than he is now. Of course, there are breakaway, aspects of man. There's breakaway civilizations within our civilization that go off and become the aliens or wise elders or whatever. But in general, this is a failure. It's a failure technology. What do they use it for? To clamp down on people. Why not liberate them? Because they're afraid. Why are they afraid? Because they've been told, you keep these people prisoner or you die.
So here we are. It's the pre-dawn hours. Right in the morning before, or right as the sun comes up. And right when I got up and looked, 5 minutes before that, was Dan Winter. Dan Winter's got years. I've been listening to Dan for years. Some of that stuff I can put into practice, with your energy body, with your plasma, and bioplasma, biophoton shit. And then I listen to Zeph. Zeph helps remind me that we're in a war. Because we are in a war. And this is definitely one for the records. So I like to share this. Maybe it'll help and get you in the same gear of understanding to know where we are. Not to get lulled back into the complacency and forgetfulness.
So the way they are defeated, and the way you can defeat them on a daily basis, is number one, a good, healthy mocking. There is nothing wrong with humor. They can't stand. In fact, again, I have to mention Elon Musk and give him some props here, because he mentioned this idea that the woke don't want comedy. Everything comedians are going through right now, all their oppression comes from woke, who are basically intolerant, mean fucking, dumbass people. They're worse than, they're just ignorant. That's all. They're just fucking ignorant. And they believe what their propagandists tell them. And so they take an issue like, say, racism, and look for any little thing. They say, well, you're racist if you do this, racist if you do that. If you think that the family's a good thing, that's racist. Everything's racist, so then they use those tools to hide behind and be mean, be assholes, and do their cancel culture routine on comedians. And, they don't want comedy because comedy shows a mirror, a reflection to our society. They can't handle that because they can't handle the truth at all. Not all woke people are liars. Number one. If the way to tell that is, do they need to suppress the truth or other people's opinions? Yes. Then they're liars. We don't suppress anyone's opinions. I know what their opinions are. I'm perfectly happy for them to say their opinion. Please let me say mine. I would have thought, this was too optimistic. If I've been guilty over the years, it's been being way too optimistic. Because I basically I just totally underestimated Well, DU killing did a lot of good damage in Iraq, right? What did we get? Did we get 6 million children? Somebody got a good scalp out of that. The more you kill, the more powerful you become, the more rich you become. Everybody knows that's the way it works. Nobody wants to say anything about it. Everyone figures you don't really know what's going on. Yes. Oh, yes, I do know exactly what's going on. I can tell you more, even closer to the penny, how much you're going to get for killing a child. To the penny! And believe me, today, you kill children, you go out and kill innocent ones, you get wars going for no reason. You don't get paid as much as you used to. It's cheap now. It's really the devil sitting there going, so what have you done for me lately? And secondly, he's going, you call this a program, what you've done here with this COVID and all that? You're supposed to kill how many people? You can't manage your own shit. Now the public's coming after you. And guess what? The devil can't stop the public from going after them because God is righteous and he's making a way for people to prosecute. Let's just sum it up in my favorite phrase. They lose. They lose. And they lose this time around. Now, how much pain they're going to bring before they finally, because they're going to try to take us with them. They're going to do scorched earth. You know they will. They're mean, they're depraved, they're cruel. There's no life in their eyes. They've all been jabbed. They're all part of this, jabbed army of Satan. They're all robotic. And the frequencies are just starting up, Go left, go right, go here, go there. In Austria, they are actually paying people to go hunt for the unjabbed, to hunt for them.
Yeah, there's going to be about 2 weeks before the nationwide rollout of the 5G, and that's when we're going to see some action, because that is when you're going to see what this has been all about.